My name is Loretta Jean Simmons. I am 70 years old. I live in a modest one-bedroom apartment on the fourth floor of Oak Ridge Arms in Memphis, Tennessee. Rent is $1,020 a month. My Social Security check, plus the small pension from 29 years as a billing clerk at a medical clinic, covers it, if I'm strict. I've always been strict. I raised my only son, Raymond, Ray, alone after his father was killed on the job when Ray was 7. I never dated again. I worked extra hours, bought day-old bread, wore shoes until the soles wore through, skipped doctor visits for myself so Ray could have braces, a trumpet for band, college books. Every spare cent went into a metal box under my dresser labeled Ray's Better Life. Tuition at the State University, his first suit for job interviews, the engagement ring he gave to Monique, the closing costs on their starter condo. I never kept a ledger of it. Mothers don't tally love. We just pour it out. 13 months ago, Ray sat at my tiny kitchen table, the same table I've eaten alone at since 1995, with his hands folded and his voice low. "Mama, we found the house. Craftsman bungalow, 3 bedrooms, big lot, quiet street. It's $368,000. We're approved for the mortgage, but we're short $37,000 for the down payment and fees. If you could help us, I swear we'll pay you back every month once my supervisor promotion hits. And Mama," he looked me straight in the eyes, "there's a sunroom off the living room. Glass walls, skylights, view of the backyard trees. We're going to make it yours. Comfy chair, your plants, your Bible, your afternoon tea. When you're ready, no more stairs, no more worrying about maintenance. You move in with us. Grandkids playing at your feet, family right there every day. You'll never feel alone again." I felt tears rise before I could stop them. After decades of being the phone call for emergencies, the holiday guests who left early so they could relax, the mother who got pictures of birthdays but never the invitation to attend, this felt like belonging, like I had finally earned a place. I sold my father's pocket watch, the one he carried every day at the steel mill, cashed out the last $16,000 from my retirement account, took the tax hit without complaint, drained the metal box savings I'd rebuilt since 2010, $37,000, my life savings in one check. I handed it to him and watched him hug Monique right there in my kitchen, both of them crying happy tears. They closed in July. I waited. August came and went. September. October. No call to come see it. Photos started showing up on Facebook. Monique's mother, Evelyn, sitting in my sunroom with a book and a cup of coffee, sunlight streaming through the glass. The chair was new, soft beige recliner with an ottoman, my favorite neutral. One Sunday in November, I drove 50 minutes with a dish of peach cobbler, Ray's favorite since he could eat solid food. Monique opened the door in sweats, looking flustered. "Oh, Mama Loretta, hi. Ray's out getting groceries." I stepped inside anyway. The house smelled of cinnamon and fresh linen. Evelyn was in the sunroom reading a magazine, feet up on the ottoman I had pictured resting my own swollen ankles on. I set the cobbler on the counter, drove home with the radio off so I could hear my own heartbeat breaking. That night, sleep wouldn't come. Around 2:10 a.m., I remembered Ray had once synced his smart doorbell camera and living room echo to my old phone so I could check on the house if we're away. I opened the Alexa app by mistake, and their voices played through my speaker. "Mama's okay in her apartment, Mo. She likes her quiet." "Yeah, but she keeps hinting about visiting. Evelyn needs the sunroom. She reads there every afternoon while I work from home. It's practical." Practical. Mama would fuss about the kids' toys in there, the noise, the sunlight fading her plants. She's particular. Better this way. Peaceful for all of us. Peaceful. The word tasted like rust. The next morning, Ray texted, "Hey Mama, the sunroom needs new blinds. $2,800 quote. Can you help? We'll add it to the payback." I replied, "No." He called right away. "Mama, what's going on? You've never said no before." "I'm saying it now." Long silence, then irritation. "After everything? You know how expensive daycare is for twins." I ended the call. Over the next week, I sat at my kitchen table with my old check register, the one I balanced every month since 1988, and wrote down every dollar I'd given over the past 8 years. $37,000 house down payment, $9,800 college fees and books he never repaid, $7,200 wedding reception contribution, $6,400 twin baby shower, cribs and car seats, $4,700 Monique's maternity leave gap coverage, $3,900 Ray's emergency root canal and crown, smaller amounts, holiday cash turned into requests, birthday help, utility bills, Christmas loans. Total $71,900. $71,900. My health checkups I skipped, my winter boots with holes, my dreams of seeing the ocean one more time. Gone. Monday morning, I took the bus to Regents Bank, sat with Mrs. Patricia Coleman, the branch manager I'd known since she was a teller. "Loretta Jean, what can I help you with?" I told her, removed Ray from all accounts, canceled the extra debit card he still had, opened a new savings account in my name only, transferred the remaining $2,400 into a 24-month CD that locked everything down. Mrs. Coleman squeezed my hand. "You're doing what you have to. I've seen it too many times." Next stop, the elder law attorney the bank suggested, Mr. Harold Jenkins. Small office, warm lamp, no hurry. I told him the sunroom promise, the overheard words, the years of giving without return. He listened, took notes. "Miss Simmons, this is textbook financial exploitation of an elder by family. It's heartbreaking, and it's far too common." I rewrote my will. Previously, Ray inherited everything: apartment contents, savings, $41,000 life insurance, my father's pocket watch in the safe deposit box. Now, 20% to Ray, conditional on completing 10 consecutive months of family counseling paid by him and documented monthly visits for 14 months before my passing. 40% to a Memphis nonprofit that provides free financial literacy and legal aid to senior women exploited by adult children. 40% to the local children's hospital neonatal unit in memory of my late husband. He added a no contest clause. I signed. Steady. That afternoon, I walked into a small diner I'd passed for years but never entered. Ordered fried catfish, hush puppies, coleslaw, sweet tea. Bill, $17.89. I left a $5 tip. I ate slowly, watching the street. Families, couples, an old woman feeding pigeons. Ordinary moments. I realized I could have them too. Ray texted at 3:55 p.m. "Mama, I'm scared something's wrong. Monique and I are coming at 5:30. Please be there." I went home, sat in my armchair by the window. Waited. At 5:32, the knocking started, insistent, almost desperate. I opened the door. Ray stood there with Monique behind him. Both looked like they hadn't slept. "Mama, thank God. Why aren't you answering? We were terrified." I let them in. Ray started fast. "About the blinds." "No more money, Ray." Monique gasped. "Mama Loretta, that's not right." "Right?" I said quietly. "You promised me a sunroom, my chair, my plants, afternoon tea. You gave it to Evelyn. You said payback. Nothing came back. You called me particular, said I'd ruin your peace." Ray's face went white. "You heard that?" "Yes, through the echo you set up so your lonely mama could feel connected." He started crying, deep, choking sobs like when he was little and the world felt too big. Monique tried to comfort him. Mama, we were stressed. The twins, work, the house. We'll make it right. You can have the sunroom. We'll move Evelyn out, please. I shook my head. No. You only offer the sunroom now because the money is gone. You don't want me there because you love me. You want me there because you're afraid the account is locked. I walked to the door. I need you to leave. Ray sobbed harder. Mama, I love you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I loved you enough to give my whole life. Now I love myself enough to keep the rest. They left. The door closed softly. The apartment was quiet, but it was mine. Over the months, I did small things I denied myself for decades. Bought a new teapot in loose-leaf chamomile. I drink it every afternoon on my tiny balcony. Joined a senior gospel choir at the community church. My voice isn't strong, but I sing. Started painting. Simple watercolors of sunrooms filled with light. No people, just peace. Called my cousin May in Jackson every Wednesday. We talk for 40 minutes. She says my name like it matters. Ate at the diner every Saturday. Same table, same sweet tea. No one asks me for a thing. Ray sent a letter after 6 months. Mama, I started counseling. Monique and I are trying. The twins miss Nana. Please. I wrote back 1 page. Keep counseling. That's good. When your actions prove change over time, we can talk. Until then, I'm learning to live for Loretta. I love you, but I won't buy my own loneliness anymore. I mailed it. Felt free. Last week, I sat on my balcony with tea as the sun set. The city hummed below. A child laughed somewhere. A bird sang. Somewhere in Memphis, a sunroom glows with afternoon light. Evelyn is probably reading there. Grandkids are playing nearby. It isn't mine, but this balcony is, this tea is, this sunset is. And for the first time in 70 years, I am not waiting to be asked in. I am already home.